That face did nothing. It was just in front of me, riffing. I did nothing either.
Nah, this not, bro. I think you just need some sleep, man. I think you just need some sleep, bro. Hey, this is a simple sleep paralysis demon that you're dealing with. What's up, everybody? It's your boy T-Banks, and welcome to my new series where I react to the scariest videos on the internet. These videos are going to be coming out every Monday, so if you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to leave it a like, comment, and subscribe. We are so close to our goal of 3,000 subscribers. And with that being said, let's get straight into this first video. Story 1.
My name is Jack Miller, and I've spent the last 6 months in this white cell. They say it's a hospital, but it doesn't feel like one. The doctors look at me like I'm already dead. And maybe I am, in a way. My mind, what's left of it, isn't mine. How do I explain that what I saw was real? If I tried, they'd think I was making excuses for the horrors I committed.
Horrors you committed?
I know what I saw. I know what he did to me.
What?
It all started one ordinary night in my old apartment in Chicago.
Chicago. I should have known. I should have known Chicago was gonna be at the root of some evil, man. This is why I will never go to that place. You know what? Everything in this story now makes sense. As soon as he said Chicago, I knew what was up.
It all started one ordinary night in my old apartment in Chicago. I lived alone, though that didn't bother me. I liked the quiet after working 10 hours in an office. That night there was a thunderstorm. I was going through my mail, one of those useless rituals before I go to bed, when I found one I didn't remember opening before. No subject, no sender, just an attachment.
Oh yeah, we delete those immediately, buddy. I don't know about you. Me? I get something like that. Delete it immediately. Report as spam. Block sender. You are a brave sucker for opening this one.
I opened it out of pure curiosity. The file was simple, just a few lines of red text on a black background. It said, "He is coming."
Hey, yo.
He takes what you love and leaves you empty. My first reaction was to close the window and think it was some virus. But just as I was about to restart the computer, the screen filled with static and a horrible screeching sound flooded my headphones. I jumped out of the seat and yanked the cord out of the socket. The computer shut down, but not before an image flickered on the screen for a second. Eyes. Hundreds of them, staring at me.
What the heck did this dude put on his computer?
I woke up sweating with a stabbing pain behind my eyes. I dreamed of the image of the eyes and something else. A face that wasn't a face. A black shape like solid smoke, writhing with mouths open in a silent scream. That face did nothing. It was just in front of me, writhing. I did nothing either.
Nah, this not, bro. I think you just need some sleep, man. I think you just need some sleep, bro. Hey, this is a simple sleep paralysis demon that you're dealing with. It's pretty simple, pretty easy fix. Just lay on your stomach. Sleep on your stomach, man. That's all you gotta do. That'll fix the problems right there, man. Take it from me. Personal experience.
I woke up shaking and sweating, thinking it was just a nightmare, but the next day, everything was worse. In the office, I noticed strange things. Coworker screens blinked for no reason. Words appearing and disappearing in the documents I was editing. Do you know what the worst thing was?
What?
Only I seemed to notice that something was wrong. My colleagues were still using the computers and walking around the office as if nothing was wrong. Clearly, they weren't the problem. I was.
Yep.
I thought I was tired until I saw his shadow for the first time. It was in the reflection of the monitor. A tall, slender figure with black tentacles coming out of his back. His body seemed to be full of screaming mouths, but none of them made a sound.
What?
I turned suddenly, but there was no one behind me. However, the reflection was still there. I got up and went out to the bathroom to clear my mind.
I ain't gonna lie, you need a little bit more than a bathroom break, buddy. You might need therapy. You might need a couple of drinks. You might need more sleep. But I know a bathroom break ain't gonna be a solution, buddy. You need to clock out, use some PTO, go home. I want some real solutions, buddy. Cause that bathroom stuff ain't it, bro.
I looked in the mirror, but something was wrong. My reflection was not accurate. The eyes were different. They were not my eyes. They were hers.
You sure that's just not you, buddy?
I went back to the cubicle and decided to leave early. I told my boss I was sick and that I shouldn't have gone in the first place. He seemed to have doubted my story a little, but he let me go. When I got home, I thought I would spend this time resting, but I didn't sleep that night either. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw him. Not as a nightmare, but as if he was really there, watching me from the corner of my room. Paranoia began to devour me. With each passing day, I saw him more and more. At first in dark places, alleys, corners of rooms, reflections in glass. But soon, even in broad daylight, his presence was felt. He didn't move like a normal person. It was a flicker, a glitch in reality. One second he was in the corner of my vision, the next, right in front of me.
Therapy. Therapy, buddy. Say it with me. Therapy. Therapy. Therapy, buddy. That might be your only option. Not gonna lie to y'all, this guy might be cooked.
My best friend Caleb was the first to notice something was wrong. He invited me over to his house one night, concerned that I had stopped answering messages. I told him the basics, avoiding mentioning what I was really seeing, but he insisted I relax. He gave me a couple of beers, and for a moment I thought that day I could relax. Until I saw him. He was standing behind Caleb, and he had the exact same smile as him. I jumped up, throwing my beer on the floor. Caleb looked at me in confusion, but I couldn't hear what he was saying. All my focus was on him, on this thing.
Nah, you so tripping close. Drunk combo.
When Caleb put a hand on my shoulder to calm me down, I completely lost it. I don't know where the strength came from, but I pushed him against the wall, yelling for him to back off. I didn't see him as my friend. I didn't know why. It was inexplicable, but I was sure the demon was inside Caleb, taunting me and trying to trick me.
This guy is slowly losing his mind. And me and you, we just watched it happen. We're like, what are we supposed to do about that? At a certain point, some people are just beyond saving. He ain't there yet. Look, let me say that now. He's not there yet, but he's pushing that line. He is pushing that line.
Caleb hit his head against the furniture because of my push.
Oh my goodness.
He was pretty dizzy and lost, but I thought for sure it was a trick to catch me confused, so I ran away without saying anything. I stopped working. I stopped answering the phone. I locked myself in my apartment.
Oh, he might be too far gone now.
I wasn't safe. That face was everywhere. It seeped into the screens of my devices, into the pages of the books I tried to read to distract myself, even in the patterns of the cracks in the walls. One of the only times I tried to leave the house after many days, things got worse. On the street, I saw strangers with empty eyes and mouths full of teeth. In the supermarket, the lights flickered and I saw him in the aisles. No one else seemed to notice. When I screamed, people looked at me like I was crazy.
You are.
When my sister Rachel came to visit, I tried to warn her. I told her to stay away, that I was infected, but she didn't understand. She insisted on coming in and helping me.
And down goes another one. First your homie, now your sister. Hopefully she gets something a little less painful than a head injury. But based on your story, probably not.
I hadn't eaten for days, and the vision of Zalgo became more intense with each passing hour.
Zalgo?
It didn't take long for the situation to escalate. As she sat down on my couch, I saw him behind her. His tentacles wrapped around her as if she were his toy. I tried to push her away, but she resisted me, worried. I lost control again. I pushed her to the ground and started yelling at her to go away. But this time, I went further. I grabbed a knife from the kitchen and...
Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Escalation of the highest degree. He went from, get away, back, to, you know what? YouTube, this is a nail clip. You go from, oh, pushing, stay away from me, to, now I gotta put a few holes in you. I gotta turn you into some Swiss cheese. That's kind of crazy, is it not? Earlier he was talking about some, oh, they looking at me like I was crazy. Maybe it's because you are. Maybe you were crazy before this even began. Maybe you were done from the get-go. Maybe it wasn't the email. Yeah, I said it.
Before I could do anything irreversible, I heard a knock at the door. It was the neighbors, alarmed by the screams. They tackled me to the floor as Rachel cried.
As they should.
Even as they pinned me down,
oh my goodness, that stare.
Watching me from the corner, smiling with that unnatural mouth. I ended up here in this psychiatric hospital. They say I'm schizophrenic, that everything I saw was the product of a fractured mind.
Makes
they
sense.
medicate me, interrogate me, observe me as if I were a caged animal. But none of that stops him. He is still here. Zalgo is not a figment of my imagination. I know this because even now, as I write this, I see him. He is standing behind the doctor who enters my cell every morning. I see how it slowly engulfs him, how its presence corrupts him, even though no one else notices. It's only a matter of time before it takes him, too. I don't care if they believe me anymore. I know I'll never get out of here, but that doesn't matter. The world outside these walls is doomed. He is everywhere, growing in the cracks of reality. Sometimes I give in and think I'm crazy, but that doesn't make sense. Did I go crazy overnight? Did seeing an email trigger my madness? If you get the same email, delete it. Turn off your computer. Change your email.
You gotta tell me that.
Do whatever, but
You
don't
gotta tell me that,
open
buddy.
it. He needs you to look at him, to listen to him, to know that he is here. Because Salgo does not kill. He destroys what you are and what you love until there is nothing left.
Okay. That's how we starting? We starting like that? Okay. Okay. Y'all think something paranormal is really going on? Or is this guy already going downhill? And that email was the trigger. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, we got story 2. Let's go ahead and get straight into it.
Until a few months ago, I led a completely normal life.
Right?
I work in an office as a data analyst. I live alone in a modest apartment. And my
That's
daily
not it.
routine...
Hold on, go back. Y'all saw that? We're just gonna play back. We're gonna do the playback speed. We're gonna go here.
The data analyst...
Boom. I'll see that, right? Why does this look like this? Why does he look like that? Why would they throw that in the last frame?
I live alone in a modest apartment. And my daily routine is as monotonous as that of anyone who spends all day in front of a computer. And like anyone who's ever had something terrible happen to them, from one day to the next, my world was turned upside down.
My guy, you look evil already.
It all started with something that might seem harmless. A dream.
Right?
It was a night like any other. I fell asleep without any problems, but at some point, I woke up with a strange feeling, as if someone was in the room. I didn't see anything, but the thought wouldn't leave me alone. That same night, I dreamed about a man. This is where the strange begins.
How do y'all even come up with stuff in y'all brains? How does that spawn out of your imagination? You know what? I'm no better. I got a story, but I'll tell it later.
The man, he wasn't doing anything bad to me. He didn't threaten me. He didn't attack me. Nothing. But I realized I was in a nightmare because of one specific detail.
What?
This
What
man
was it?
didn't have a face. He only had smooth skin.
The
where
Black
his
Slender
eyes,
Man?
nose, and mouth should be. He was wearing a black suit and was standing at the end of an endless hallway. He did nothing. He just looked at me. Or so it seemed, because, well, he had no eyes.
All right, so we got Black Slender Man here. You know what? Black Slender Man lines up perfectly with the story I was about to tell y'all. So when I was younger, I had 5 simultaneous days where I had a nightmare about Slender Man. And I kid y'all not, it was not reset. It was like all streamlined event. Like I would go to sleep, have the nightmare. The next day, I would go back to sleep, and that nightmare would start right where I ended last time. It was actually insane. I swear for y'all. It started with me in my bedroom. Sunday would walk past my door. I would have to try to sneak past him to get outside. Woke up. Next night, I'm in the woods with my family. Family disappears, now I'm running for my life against Slender Man. Wake up. Next night, I ran into a gas station. Slender Man is right behind me. Random guy with a shotgun shows up, shoots him. We think he's dead? Nope, he's not dead. He gets back up. Next night, like it was literally just a big like Slender Man like movie that I was like experiencing every night when I went to sleep. But yeah, this video is not about me or my Slender Man. It's about the Black Slender Man. Let's get back into it.
The next morning, I didn't think much of it. We all have weird dreams, right?
Yeah?
But something about it stayed with me. That dream wasn't just weird. It was different.
Different how?
I felt a kind of restlessness that I couldn't explain. It wasn't until I had the same dream 3 days in a row that I started to worry.
Oh, they got you too? No! Did I not just give damn near the exact same premise? Did I not just tell y'all damn near this exact same story? Nah, this is crazy. This is crazy. This ain't made up. This can't be made up. Cause this can't even be scripted either. I didn't watch this before. I didn't watch this before reacting. Bro, that's actually insane. That's actually insane. Bro, in the comments, please let me know. Have y'all ever experienced this? Because I thought it was just me, but now he's saying it. I know there's somebody else out there that feels the exact same way, who has experienced the exact same thing. No.
The faceless man was always there, standing, silently watching me. I told no one. It seemed ridiculous to talk about my dreams as if they were serious.
Right?
But I was still afraid.
I didn't tell anybody either.
The fourth day was different.
Well,
This time, I wasn't in a hallway. I was in my apartment, sitting on my bed, and the faceless man was in the corner of the room.
Is that not... I'm sorry, I'm gonna leave it alone after this. This is not almost exactly what I said my first dream was like. I was in my bed, and he walked past the hallway. That, you know what? Cook, YouTube.
Even though he had no eyes, I knew he was looking at me. I froze. I couldn't move or scream. I just watched him as he slowly approached me. Suddenly, he started running towards me. I woke up with
Slender
my
Man
heart
never
racing,
ran.
sweating as if I had run a marathon. But the most disturbing thing was not the dream itself, but the fact that when I opened my eyes, for an instant, I thought I saw him standing in the corner of my room, exactly where he was in the dream.
Oh my goodness.
I blinked, and he was gone. I thought I was losing my mind. Stress, maybe. I decided to seek distraction, so I sank myself into my work.
I wouldn't have went back to
avoided
sleep.
being home alone as
I wouldn't have
much
went
as
back
I
to
could.
sleep.
But no matter what I did, the dream came back every night, and it felt more and more real. The faceless man was no longer just
Epilepsy
standing
warning.
there.
Epilepsy warning.
He was getting closer and closer to me. That week was the worst week of my life. I didn't sleep more than 2 hours a night, and when I did,
Ooh,
it was only to meet that man.
I know exactly how he feels.
Fatigue started to get to me at work. My coworkers noticed that I was always distracted, but I didn't know how to explain
Oh
what
my
was going on
goodness.
without sound.
Telling them you spoke it is more believable and more probable than saying I'm getting haunted in my dreams by an evil Slender Man that just happens to be black. Anyway.
One night, I decided to face the problem head on. I stayed up late with the lights on and the TV on so I wouldn't fall asleep. But eventually, sleep won me over. And there he was, as usual. Only this time, he didn't wait for me to watch him. He walked towards me briskly, and when he reached in front of me, he held out a hand.
Okay.
I felt him grab my arm, but it wasn't like in a normal dream.
Right?
I could feel his touch. It was cold and heavy, as if his hand was not made of flesh and blood. I tried to pull away, but he was too strong. All I could do was scream.
Were you like you enjoying that?
When I opened my eyes, the first thing I saw was my arm. It had marks on it as if...
No. Nah, buddy, somebody living in your house, bruh. Somebody sleeping in your walls, cuz.
something had held me tightly. Real marks. I couldn't ignore this any longer. Something was happening to me, and it wasn't just in my head. I decided to seek help. I checked forums on the internet, looking for similar accounts. I found mentions of a faceless man in dreams, but there were only a few cases. The stories all agreed on one thing. They all said that the more he appeared in their dreams, the harder it was to get rid of him. Some even claimed to have seen him while awake. You know what scared me the most?
What?
When I saw the comments on Reddit from people who had seen it. They all stopped responding after a while. They all told me how their situation escalated more and more, and then they disappeared from the internet. I felt sorry for these people. But what I didn't know was that a few days later, my situation was going to get worse. The first time I saw him awake, I was at work. It was a normal day, or as normal as it could be with the accumulated fatigue and paranoia.
Right.
I was at my desk reviewing reports when I felt something. I looked out of the corner of my eye, and there he was.
Bro
standing
sensed
on
him
the
like
other
a
side
Dragon
of the
Ball Z
office.
villain.
I jumped up, knocking over my chair. My coworkers looked at me, confused, but I couldn't take my eyes off him. He stood motionless with his spotless black suit and empty face. I approached, but before I got to where he was, he disappeared.
I knew
He
it.
just vanished. My colleagues thought I had gone crazy, and to be honest, I thought so too.
They
That
would
night
be.
I saw him again, but not in my dreams. He was in my apartment.
Oh.
This time he didn't stand still. He walked straight towards me. I felt a panic I couldn't control, but I forced myself to move. I grabbed a knife from the kitchen and yelled at him to leave. He didn't.
Dimensional salesman. Think about it. Interdimensional salesman. Hear me out. Hear me out. He only appears to this guy specifically. He's wearing a suit. He seems to be on a different plane of existence. And he's not harming the guy. He's just walking up to him, approaching him nicely. Sometimes he runs up to him. Sometimes he's in a hurry. He's a little bit of a hurry. What if... this is gonna sound crazy, but the rest of the story sounds crazy too. He's a salesman from another dimension, trying to sell you something. I don't know what he's trying to sell you. But look at that suit, man. You don't wear that unless you're trying to get somebody on your good side. Come on.
Respond. He just kept moving forward. I threw the knife. It was as if it went through the air. And then in an instant, he was in front of me. His face was inches from mine.
Kiss.
He didn't say anything.
My ball. Look. No, I ain't gotta explain myself to y'all.
He didn't do anything. He just stood there, and then, when I blinked, he disappeared. I couldn't go on like this. I started avoiding my apartment. I stayed late at work.
Where'd you go?
I had more room to run away if I saw him. I also walked a lot in the parks, where I felt he couldn't corner me. One night, while walking through the deserted streets of the city, I saw him in a shop window. It wasn't a
You sure that wasn't just a mannequin?
He was there, standing among the mannequins, watching me. I approached, but before I got there, the store lights went out. When they came back on,
He was gone.
he was gone.
Knew it.
The people around me started to act differently. My friends said they thought I looked strange, that I looked different. They even
Different
told me
how?
that when they looked at me from afar, it looked like there was someone standing behind me. GG's.
You're now at level 5, buddy. Final boss. Everybody can see him now. Now you're cooked. Now is not a matter of if you get taken down. Now. No. Now is a matter of when.
That night, I decided enough was enough. I went back to my apartment and prepared to face him. I didn't know how, but I wasn't going to keep running away. I turned off all the lights and waited, sitting on the floor, flashlight in hand.
Man, you could have did
I
something better
felt
than that.
it before I saw it. That same presence that had invaded my dreams. When he appeared, he didn't stand still. He ran towards me with inhuman speed.
Oh.
I stood still, accepting whatever had to happen. I stared at him, and when he reached me, he grabbed me with both hands.
Oh!
My body began to tremble. I felt a horrible sensation in my whole body. I didn't understand what it was, but I felt invaded, as if I had been kidnapped. As if something that didn't belong to me was inside me.
Hey, yo.
And after that, my eyes closed and I fainted. The other day, while passing
just
in
sat
front
there
of
and
a
took
mirror
it.
for a
He just
second,
took it.
I saw something strange. It wasn't my reflection. It was him. I smiled. I don't remember trying to smile, I just did. I tried to leave, but suddenly my head started to hit the wall by itself. I tried to walk away, to run, but my body kept coming back on its own and kept banging.
Level 5, people. It's over.
After that day, I don't dream about him anymore. I dream about myself. When I dream, I'm on the other side of the room, looking at myself. Only that's not me. Someone with my face is staring at me from the bed, smiling. When I wake up, I'm very sleepy, as if I haven't slept at all. My house is always messy and there's always something broken. I always see marks on the door as if someone has tried to get out. I'm sleeping now between 12 and 16 hours a day, and I'm only getting sleepier and sleepier. I write this now, not knowing what will happen to me in the next few days. The only thing I hope for, however, is that it ends. That it all ends quickly.
Oh, hey. That ending totally threw me for a loop. I wasn't expecting the ending because I thought I had something. I thought I had it pieced together, but the ending just made more questions than it answered, if that makes sense. To be honest, in this story, it could be a few things. He could be possessed, one. Two, he could just be a sleepwalker. Like, he developed the ability to sleepwalk. I know a lot of people, well, when I say a lot, I mean a few people in real life that actually do a lot of sleepwalking. Third one, like I said earlier, somebody could be living in this guy's walls, just waiting for him to go to sleep so he can go in his fridge, eat his food, mess with him, whatever. I don't know. Let me know what y'all feel happened in the comment section below, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm still piecing it together. But anyways, guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoy my reaction series, and we're gonna be dropping these every Monday. And if you want to see more videos like this, please let me know that you really rock with it by leaving a like, comment, and subscribing to the channel. We are so close to our goal of 3,000 subscribers. And yeah, with that being said, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.